You saw the video title and thumbnail and clicked on it, so you know what time it is. It's time to take a look at the newest wave of Barbie Fashionistas, my favorite line of Playline dolls. This year is Barbie's 65th anniversary, so this line of Fashionistas are inspired by iconic Barbies from the past, which I think is a super cool idea. I've been receiving these Barbies one by one over the past couple months. Now that they're all here, it's time to take a closer look. Before unboxing though, let's take a closer look at the packaging. Fashionistas are again in the clear plastic packing with a beveled edge and the current lineup of Fashionistas on the side. They also each have their own artwork. I like the previous more 2D doll drawings better, but I still harvest these. Also, you can see an image of the doll each Barbie is inspired by. Let's get these out of their boxes. First up, Fashionista 213 is inspired by the first Barbie doll ever released in 1959. Many thanks to YouLoveIt.com for IDing the inspiration dolls. This doll has the closed mouth Millie face mold, my preferred Millie face mold, and is on an original body. It doesn't show up on camera as clearly as in person, but she does have some pixelization in the face, as well as blue eyeshadow, which is a nod to the 1959 doll inspiration. Her blonde hair is styled in a high ponytail, which is a little messy right out of the packaging. In her outfit, you can again see the original doll's inspiration with a black and white tube top that calls to mind the original doll's iconic black and white bathing suit. It slides on, and so does the pink skirt that has a ruffle on the front. Her shoes are classic strappy black high heels, and her accessory is these blue sunglasses. While the Millie Fashionistas are rarely my favorite, this doll does a great job of connecting back to the original 1959 Barbie in her makeup, outfit, and accessories, while still putting a modern twist on it. So for that, I give 213 an A+. Next up, 214 is inspired by the 1967 Twist and Shout Frankie doll. She's on a petite body and has a 2022 face mold, but I can't think of any other Fashionistas or even any other Barbies that have this face mold. Her makeup is very natural and pretty, but again, this doll is pixelated. She has dark brown hair with red streaks underneath. I'm not always a big fan of fantasy hair colors, but I think this hair color is very fun. And I like that it's a little peak of color underneath instead of a whole head of red hair. Her outfit is a dress that says twist and turn up the volume, which is the clearest reference to her doll inspiration. It has holographic details on the front and red trim, but the back is just plain white with red trim, and the dress slips on. She has pastel coral tennis shoes that are very fun and sporty. Her accessory is a red hair bow, and this hair bow always reminds me of Snow White. Overall, I think 214's inspiration is a little less clear than 213's, but she's one of my favorite Fashionistas of this wave. I am a sucker for a new face mold, and I really want to put this doll on a made-to-mood body. She gets a B for translating the inspiration into a new doll, but an A+ for the doll itself. Fashionista 215 is inspired by 1986 Barbie and the Rockers doll. She's on an original body and has the same head mold as Fashionista 147. In fact, 215 is very similar to 147. The main difference is in their makeup. 215 has a soft, pretty makeup look, while 147 looks more natural and clean-faced. Both dolls also have long, black, straight hair, although 215's is longer and silkier. Sadly, 215 does have the same pixelization going on. Fashionista 215 wears a cropped sleeveless turtleneck with stars, which seems to be the biggest reference to her Barbie and the Rockers inspiration. It does Velcro in the back. She has a pastel rainbow miniskirt with a ruffle, which slips on. She's wearing white booties with a skinny heel, and her accessory is a spiked purple bracelet that gives off the same rocker energy as her doll inspiration. I love this doll. She is so beautiful, though sadly pixelated. I don't know if each individual piece of her outfit screams 1986 Barbie and the Rockers, but as a whole, I definitely see it, so A minus for capturing the original doll's essence. 216 is another one of my favorites from this line, and she's inspired by the 1984 Peaches and Cream Barbie. She's on a tall body and has the face mold that collectors have nicknamed Albus. This head mold is the same as Fashionista 106 and 91. When I first saw 216, I thought she looked very similar to Fashionista 106, but I see now that they're not that close. 216 has blue eyeshadow and coral lips with long black hair pulled in a low ponytail. I do wish her makeup was a little more toned down, maybe a more neutral lip, but she is a gorgeous doll. She does, however, suffer from pixelization. Her dress is clearly derived from the Peaches and Cream Barbie, but it also is a modern twist with the asymmetrical neckline and shorter hem. I love the ruffle sleeves and the pattern of the dress that continues around to the back. Plus, the volume of 216's dress really evokes the original outfit. She's wearing blue kitten heels with a pearl strap. I do wonder if they'll actually stay on doll's feet, but they're pretty. Her accessory is these square gold earrings, and I love their geometric design. 216 gets an A plus for being a modern design of an iconic Barbie look. However, I love both her outfit and look regardless of it being inspired by a classic Barbie, and so she is a must-have doll for me. 217 is inspired by the Superstar Barbie from 1977. She's on an original body, but this doll is one of my least favorite from this wave because she's just a repeat of a previous Fashionista, only worse. She has the same face mold as Fashionista 182 with brown hair like 182, but she's severely pixelated and her eyes are huge, bug-like, and just a little creepy to me. Without the direct comparison, 217 is okay as a doll, I guess, but with the comparison, you can see just how cartoony 217 is. 217 is clearly the inferior of these two twins. 217 has brown hair and a waterspout ponytail, and her outfit is a pink slide-on dress with a large ruffle. It reminds me of Superstar Barbie, but it's just underwhelming. Her shoes are these black flats and one of my least favorite shoe molds. Look, even rubber banded on, they just don't stay on dolls' feet. Plus, they seem pretty plain for a Superstar Barbie inspired look. Her accessory is a necklace reading Star, and a pretty clever nod, I suppose, to her inspiration. I give her a B minus. You can see her inspiration, but for me, it's just too literal and yet too stripped down at the same time. The only reason I could see for recommending this doll would be if you wanted 182, but you couldn't get her hands on her. Fashionista 218 is derived from the 1984 Great Shape Barbie doll. She is on a curvy body and has the Dia face mold. Unfortunately, her head and body are not the same skin tone, and I'm not really sure what's going on there, why that's the case. Also, she is pixelated as well. 218 has ice blue eyes and hair, and overall gives off a very Dreamtopia Barbie look to me. I don't actually buy many of the Dreamtopia dolls to keep in my collection, so her look isn't exactly my favorite. Her outfit is pretty clearly inspired by the color and stripes of the Great Shape Barbie, with a pastel rainbow tube top and teal skirt with rainbow striping running up the sides. The material of both pieces has an athletic workout type quality, and both are slip-on. She has neon pink chunky sneakers going along with her athletic vibe, and her accessory is this gold clock pendant. Not really sure what's going on there. Maybe it's a reference to a stopwatch? Oh, I'm going to give this doll a C. While all of the individual pieces of the outfit have clear inspiration from the Great Shape Barbie, when put together, I just have a hard time connecting the doll to that inspiration. But this also might be due to the fact that 218 is just not a doll who speaks to me personally. 219 is our first Ken of this fashionista wave, but he is not inspired by an iconic Barbie, which is a missed opportunity in my book. 219 is a slim Ken. I love slim Kens, and I'm waiting for a made-to-move slim body. His face mold has been used before in the Fashionista line on Fashionista 153. Yet even with the same head and hair mold, these two dolls look very different to me. Since one of the things I love most about Fashionistas is getting new dolls who look like new characters, new people. I'm actually pretty happy about that. 219 is wearing a very Barbie the movie core shirt with baby blue and pink hearts and the Ken logo throughout the pattern. It velcros in the back and is a pretty cute piece. He wears soft orange shorts that have a stitched drawstring and they slide on. He's wearing white beach shoes that complete his comfy, relaxed look. I think it's such a shame that he didn't get an inspired look, but I do like this doll. I feel like in him, I've added another member to my K-pop boy band. Fashionista 220 is the last fashionista of this wave, and he also does not have an inspiration. He's on a broad body, love that, and is the first Ken with a hearing aid, and actually only the second Barbie doll ever to have a hearing aid. He has the same head mold as Fashionista 114, who also originally came on a broad body. Both dolls do look pretty similar to me, but not identical, especially in their eye paint. Speaking of eye paint, neither of the Kens in this wave were pixelated. So, what's going on with all the Barbies? Anyway, fashion wise, 220 is wearing a t shirt with a groovy orange and yellow lines that make me think of a 60s, 70s color palette. He's wearing light blue shorts that velcro on the back and blue jelly platform sandals. Very summer. I've seen these shoes on the Kin Extra doll actually, and I like them. They're very fun. I was thinking about just swapping my 114 out for 220 when I saw the promo pictures, since I thought the only difference between the two dolls was the presence of a hearing aid. But I would say these two dolls are different enough that I probably won't, and will just keep both of them in my collection. Plus, I love this head mold with his locks and undercut, so he is the best Ken out of this wave of fashionistas. To close, I think it's really fun to have a wave of Barbie fashionistas that are inspired by previous Barbie dolls. Even if some of the fashions were more successful than others. Right now, 214, 15, and 16 are my top favorites, and I hope to get made to move bodies for them. And you know what? Let's put 220 up there, even if he's kind of a repeat from previous dolls. Ironically, I'm not really here for the fashions of these fashionistas, but there weren't really any outfits that I thought were hideous, which is a big plus because that is not the case with every line of Barbie fashionistas. However, the biggest drawback for this line of fashionistas is definitely the pixelization. Only the Kens escape this time, and I think it's an ongoing issue that Barbie definitely needs to address and fix. Even so, my love for Barbie Fashionista is unchanged, and I will definitely keep buying the line. I've seen promo images for the next wave already, and it looks like they're continued to be inspired by Barbie's other outfits over her 65 years, so I'm excited to get my hands on those next. Out of this wave, which dolls were your favorites? Are there any on your must-have list? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. Before I box, but I'll probably still keep buying Barbie Fashionistas even if they don't. Bye!